I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
You remember a couple of episodes back, I said that I'd been on my travels and there was a motorway journey and all that sort of caper.
Yeah.
A bit of car news that's cropped up this week, which it's not very me at all. However, I can tie it in quite nicely. As I was trundling down the motorway in the smart car.
Yes.
I got overtaken by a camouflaged vehicle, as in a manufacturer camouflage rather than a wicked wrap.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah.
The anti-pap wrap.
That's it. Yes. I can't remember if I actually mentioned it when we did the episode. It might have passed.
It rings a vague bell, but I don't really remember from one week to the next. So no.
Honestly, no. That was longer than 5 minutes ago.
Exactly.
And at the time, I registered it in my head and went, "Well, that's a Range Rover of some description." And in the sort of back of my head, I went, "I assume that's the new Range Rover Sport, as we've already got the full size one."
Well, there was some talk, wasn't there, of some Jaguar Land Rover products around in manufacturer camo. Yeah.
And as it transpires this week, it is indeed a Range Rover. It was indeed a Range Rover Sport that I saw
because they launched it this week.
Yeah, the pictures are out and going. I would not normally bring it to your attention, the fact that there's a new Range Rover Sport, but it's just I'd quite like to tie it in because I saw the camoed one and went, even in camo, I went, "Oh, that looks toss." And And the official pictures didn't disappoint in terms of confirming that.
It's not a looker, is it?
It's just, what is the point?
I know. I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, doesn't work. Doesn't work at all.
But you know what? That's just going to sell like hotcakes.
I know, because the old one did, didn't it?
Oh, people love it.
Didn't the old one outsell the full-size Range Rover?
Oh, probably, yeah. Because, well, I see them on the school run.
Yes.
Not new ones by any stretch. It's people who've sort of have managed to get one now that probably couple of generations old. I think the one I see regularly is on a 14 plate.
Yeah, well, they don't hold their price. So.
Oh no. That's it. Outside of that 3-year manufacturer's warranty.
Yeah, cheap as chips then. Absolutely, cheap as chips then.
Yes. What I would also say is that the one I see regularly lives closer to the school than I do. And I see it on the school run, so
within walking distance.
Yes, it's a 3.5 minute walk from my front door.
Oh,
my goodness me!
They're taking that out.
That's
not right. That's not right.
It's on a new level, though.
Oh, it really is. That's not right. You shouldn't be doing that.
No, it's just well, as we've discussed before, the really oddly named process that they have at our primary school. They all do it, and it's very odd. But yes, that one's of particular note because we're on Range Rover Sport topic. So,
yes, very good, very good. No, I'm not a fan of the new one.
No,
it just looks. It's not right. It just the front and the back and. No, it just doesn't look right. No,
and as we mentioned with the full size one, it's like you can have a plug-in one, and that's your lot. That's the most eco one you can have.
Yes, that's wrong as well that it isn't electric, but there it is.
And it won't be for any time soon. So
no, it won't, unfortunately. Yes, 2014 Range Rover Sports now well south of 30 grand, looking on Auto Trader. So there you go.
Oh, I don't want one of those.
No, I was just interested to know what they are going for.
Would you be interested to know what the absolutely entry level Range Rover Sport of the new variant will cost you?
No, but yes.
If you don't like completely bog standard, so this is the diesel engined non hybrid absolute toss.
Boggo nasty, yes.
Boggo nasty, ugga
Yeah.
With no options, £79,125.
Blimey.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. It really is.
Maybe too much, you'd say.
Yeah, maybe. That's, if you're paying that, there's something wrong.
Madness is what that is.
That is absolute madness.
Oh yeah.
Absolute madness.
There is there does appear to be a variant that is what they call a specification pack, which is a first edition, which is 10 shy of 115 grand.
No, that's no.
And when I'm on the website now, and I've looked, I can see all of the variants of the new Range Rover Sport. This one, the Sport's first edition in this particular spec that is that highest price, has a little warning on it. It says, due to high demand, this is currently unavailable to order.
What?
Yep.
No, that's not right.
But that's either complete nonsense to get people to think it's popular, or it is actually really popular and some bellend is paying that.
Oh, I fear that may be the case.
Yes, I think it might be the latter.
Yes, sadly so. Oh dear.
Yeah, so there you go. That's cheered you up, isn't it? What a start.
I tell you what has cheered me up. As we were briefly talking there about used car prices, what has cheered me up is how the prices of V8 Jags are plummeting at the moment.
Rocketing fuel prices will do that.
Yeah, it will. If you're in the market for a V8 S-Type R at the moment, which clearly is a car that tickles the funny bone for me, yes, prices crashing of those at the moment. XJR as well is another one. That, prices are we're down to $3 or $4 grand at the moment.
Oh, it's heading into a little sweet spot here for you, isn't it?
Well, this is what I'm wondering. If I want to pick up something that actually I'm not going to do a lot of mileage in, so the fuel price is less of a thing. I might be heading into an area here. Yes.
Yeah, well, it was always a contender, but if the prices are heading in your direction, that's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've pulled up Auto Trader here, and I've got 5 listed here for less than $5 grand. That's the S-Type R. XJR is much the same.
Lovely.
Yeah, the supercharged V8 goodness is not flavour of the month at the moment.
No. With any visit to a petrol station is ruinous, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You'd need to keep that to a minimum. But if you are looking for something to not do hundreds of miles in and perhaps tuck away for a little while, yes, it could be rich pickings if you can play your cards right there. But
so, are we watching this space on that particular topic?
We are, yes.
Excellent.
We are. I can make no guarantees. But
no, it's not a done deal. But
I'm keeping an eye. And prices are. I mean, it was end of last year. Certainly, the S-Type R, to get a decent one, you were creeping up to about 10 grand. That has reversed quite dramatically in the last few months.
Oh, even better. Well, that's brilliant, though.
And there's some quite tidy ones. You still get the usual, heaps that people are trying to shift for 1,500 quid.
Oh yeah.
They'll always be there.
No matter what car you're buying, there'll always be some.
Always be some of those. Yes, needs work. But some really quite tidy examples now for less than £5,000. They have plummeted in the last few months. As you say, for quite understandable reasons. But if those reasons are perhaps slightly less of a concern, could be a good time to pick one up.
Top tip there.
Yeah, yes, but don't until I have, because otherwise
all
the good ones will go.
Wait until you've bought yours, then go for it.
Then off you go. Yes.
No, right. That's fine. Right, okay, that's good. Yeah, excellent consumer advice.
I think so. Yeah, buy a supercharged V8. Yes. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean,
absolute genius.
Be mindful of your wallet when you go to a petrol station. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yes, fine. You'll enjoy it once you're on the road.
Yeah, you'll forget all about it.
You will. The fact that you can't buy any dinner is, irrelevant.
That's fine. I mean, you could do the stereotype Jag driver thing, though, couldn't you?
You could,
as popularized by the curly-haired one on top.
Mind settling this bill while I go and warm up the Jag?
Yes. That comes into its own with petrol prices the way they are.
It really does.
Oh dear. Right. We've had a nice little treat with the Jag there. I'm going to go for a second car that's been announced fairly recently that I don't like.
You're all about ones you don't like lately.
Yeah, well, can't be helped, can it? No, but I mean, I've piled the praise on Toyota, but they haven't released anything this week.
You've been rather Toyota heavy of late. I mean, I gave them a bit of a kick in last week, but generally, yes.
Yeah, generally we've been all right with them. And again, this is not like I'm in a position to buy this particular vehicle, but I've got an opinion nonetheless.
Oh, well, absolutely. You should never allow reality to get in the way of a good opinion.
Oh, yeah. So it's this week. I mean, it was announced a little while ago, but in the sort of past week or so, the motoring press has been reviewing this particular vehicle.
Okay.
And it's the Aston Martin V12 Vantage.
Yes, I've seen some reviews of that. Yes, quite pricey, as I believe.
That's not the bit that's bothering me because I can't get near it anyway.
No.
It's just
even if you sold your house, I think you'd struggle to.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, I'd say.
Yes.
I don't like this new generation of Vantage, and the little additions that they've put on this V12 one have really not helped it. I've tried so many times to like this new one, but I just don't. I want the old one back.
Yeah. I must admit, I do not like this trend, and it's not just Aston Martin, for the colossal grille.
Oh, the gaping grille.
I don't know where this has come from, whether it's a deliberate, this is a petrol car, not an electric car, so we're going to make the grille absolutely massive.
Weird, isn't it?
I don't know, because let's not get started on BMW's latest design offerings, but they're doing it too, and Audi with the massive grills as well, and it ruins it for me.
It does, and you think every time, like I saw that this week. Well, I started reading the reviews this week and going, all right. That's great. It's really interesting to read the review, but there are pictures of it, and I don't want it.
No, it's not a looker.
The previous one was beautifully proportioned, and it wasn't a big car either.
Well, Aston Martin shouldn't be.
It's just I want that one back.
I want that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Do you think that manufacturers are putting all their good designers into their EVs rather than their piston cars? Is that a controversial thing to say? Is that
I don't know. I mean, That's not controversial when it's not even relevant when it comes to Aston Martin because they're not bothering at all at the moment, are they?
No, well, they've had a couple of goes, but had to abandon them because of lack of funds. Yes.
You mean they're ruined at the moment? I mean, with what we got, it's
When are they not?
yeah, but who we've got at the moment? It's the eyebrow man at the moment, isn't it?
They've just changed, haven't they? Isn't it the former boss of Ferrari is there now?
Yeah,
Or
but
did
is
I
he?
dream that? Or is that
Yeah,
McLaren? I got
mm,
confused.
no, I think that was Aston. That yeah, because it was. Oh God! Oh come on, brain. Oh yes, I know I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
I'm gonna.
that was a couple of weeks back. But
Yes, it
I do
was. Yeah.
believe the I can't remember exactly what level he was brought in at, but Eyebrow Man is still above him. I think. Well, here comes.
Tobias Moores.
That's him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lawrence Stroll is still in charge,
Right. Okay.
and well, I struggle with him at the best of times anyway.
Yes, he's one of those, isn't he?
He's just a bit
Yes.
crafty. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he's got a bit of that, and he keeps. He crops up in the world of Formula One as well.
Yeah.
Yes, but because obviously Aston are in that as well now.
Yeah.
Their
That's
own
a
team.
good spend of the money. Yeah.
Well, it was ish,
Mm.
and now this year they're
Mm.
doing absolute crap. So
Yes.
that went well. Combined with the most significant nepotism you've ever seen, it's like, who should we have drive for us? Oh, my son.
Yes.
Mm,
What a surprise.
funny that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all right as a driver. I just don't know if he's that good.
No.
But
Well, no.
but there we go. But like you say, when isn't Aston in a state?
Well, they always have been, haven't they? I mean, all the way back to the beginning.
Mm,
Yeah, they'd never seem to have been able to make it work.
no.
And if it wasn't for James Bond, I'm not sure they'd even still exist.
This is also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a state at the minute, but they're gonna have to get it sorted because they're gonna need
Well,
something electric fairly sharpish.
times are a changing, as we keep saying, and yeah, they don't seem to have a lot to offer. And it's not like that they can, be a small division of a larger company that is making lots of EVs.
Mm,
They are very much on their own, and yeah, if they don't come up with something, they're not going to be able to sell any cars in a minute. So,
mm. I mean, in my head, I'm assuming the first thing they're gonna do is make that bloody DBX electric, aren't they?
well, there was the Lagonda SUV prototype that they hawked around for a while.
There was
That
the
never came.
Rapide E as
The
well, wasn't
Rapide E, which I actually saw at Silverstone, that got cancelled, even though it had in fact already started to be driven by some of the press, and they're all saying it was really good.
Brilliant. Well done.
So cancelled that. Yeah, they've got their classic conversion division, which is a sort of division of the heritage division. So it's a sort of division of a division. But how much business they're doing, I don't know. I've not heard anything about that for quite a while.
Well, it's hardly mainstream, is it?
Well, it's hardly mainstream, and yeah, I mean, you'd pay a premium to have them do it, and the only real benefit is that you get a certificate from Aston Martin saying that they converted it. But there
Great.
are lots of other companies now who will probably do as good as, if not better, job of converting it for quite a lot less money.
Yeah, because you got to think those third-party people doing it are doing it a lot, very well practiced, and I can't
Yes,
imagine Aston are inundated.
I wouldn't have thought so. The only benefit I can think of having them convert your classic Aston is that it's a nice bit of paper to put in the history to say yes, Aston Martin themselves converted this and it's reversible, and they will store my original engine and gearbox for me should I ever want it back. But
Yeah,
is
if you want
any
to
of that really worth anything?
But again, you could use a lot of other places will do a retrofit job as well, won't they?
Yeah, they do a retrofit that's reversible. They'll probably use better batteries and motors because I doubt Aston Martin themselves are using Tesla stuff.
No.
And the Tesla batteries and motors are widely accepted to be the best on the market. So, who knows whose stuff they're using? I mean, you just wouldn't go to them, would you?
No. If I had to have a punt, I'd say it'd be the Merc gizmos, considering they've got a bit of a tie-in with AMG.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Which
But,
actually probably not too bad for underpinnings.
No, it's probably okay. But the fact that I've not heard anything about it would, and I do keep an eye on the EV news, would suggest that they're not doing a roaring trade. So I don't think that's a big money spinner for the business. So yeah, it's you struggle to see where the future is. I'm not convinced the future contains them at the moment.
No. Well, we'll have to watch this space on that one then.
Yeah, we will.
So their future's looking dodgy, as is their new V12 Vantage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, a little bit of Formula One there. At the time of recording this, we've the Sunday just gone. We had the inaugural Miami Grand Prix.
Yeah, that completely passed me by.
That's okay. What I'm about to bring up doesn't really involve any track action.
Very good. I might understand it then.
What it does highlight is the fact that it was the owners of Formula One now. It's Liberty Media, which is an American company, and obviously they're being a big push to get Formula One out there in America, which basically meant on the grid before the race, which is kind of the sort of most prestigious bit of the whole event that you can go to as a spectator. What we're going to do is we're going to fill that with some of the world's biggest dickheads. And
that's quite a big pool to choose from.
Oh my goodness me. Poor old Martin Brundle. He gets sent out on his grid walk, doesn't he? On live TV. So areas with celebrities left, right, and centre who are so up themselves, who he's trying to talk to because he's got people in his ear saying, right, talk to people. Come on, you need to talk to people.
Yeah.
What he couldn't find was any drivers. They'd all gone for a very tactical piss, I reckon, just to stay the hell away from this sea of idiots.
Yeah.
There was one on there. Mr. Brundle was struggling to find anyone to talk to, and he just found this random towards the front of the grid. He had a bold wardrobe choice, so it was kind of he had a funny well trimmed beard and a flesh coloured shirt, which was a bit iffy.
Yes, that's
so Brundle said to him, "I don't know who you are, sir, but I would like to give you a quick interview and see who you are."
Because there's no one else here.
Oh, there's plenty of people. He's just picking random. So after him saying, "I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but I'd like to say hello," and the guy didn't quite hear him, and he said, "No, I'm trying to find out who you are." And his response was, "I'm a social media sensation."
Oh no!
Oh my goodness me!
Oh no! What? As if that's a career?
Yeah. And Martin Brundle was very quick on the wit, obviously, because he's got a microphone in his hand that he points at people and then points back at himself.
Yes.
So he points it at him, gets then his self-proclaimed social media sensation. He brings the microphone back to himself and went, modest too.
Okay.
You've nailed that, Mr. Brundle.
That's all over at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's good. Yes,
well done.
You're still human beings. How can you be this up yourself?
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was car crash television.
Sounds like it. Oh,
it was.
Dear.
He became an instant Twitter hit. He was trending on Twitter within minutes of this absolute shit show unfolding.
Oh dear, what a mess.
Oh, poor bloke.
He won't be doing that again.
He has to do it every week.
Oh no.
That's his thing. His grid walk is normally fantastic. I tell you what, as well, on the grid, he found someone on the grid that he saw them out of the corner of his eye, and he knew who it was, and he made a beeline for them.
Okay.
And I believe he said it is the future king of Bahrain. I'm sure that's what
Oh,
he said.
right.
And he was an absolute delight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of someone who and how do I put this delicately as well? Not dressed as if he got clothed in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about as delicate as I can put it.
Oh,
And
well,
yeah,
nicely said. Yes.
it's weird, isn't it? You got someone who's a potential monarchy versus a social media sensation, and it's very
Apparently.
interesting how they react with the rest of humanity.
Yes, isn't that interesting? Yes, the social media guy is a what's the word? Yeah,
There's lots of them.
there's lots of words that we maybe shouldn't use. Yeah,
Yeah,
one of those. Yes, whereas the potential royalty
it's
um,
just,
is lovely.
it was
Yeah.
embarrassing because you think this is I I mean I struggle with Sky at the best of times. I think it's overpriced for what it is. Uh,
Mm.
However, for a sports production, they do an exceptional job. You can see where your
Yes.
money's gone a little bit there. It's still too much money, but you can see where it's gone.
Yeah.
Um, and you've got the people they use are excellent, and you've got Martin Brundle, whose history in racing is fantastic. He's there for a reason, and he gets treated like utter crap.
Yeah. It's not
Mm.
right, is it? It's not
No,
right.
it's a bit odd because it becomes you see all of this footage. The while the race was going on, there was helicopter footage of sort of obviously they're watching the cars top down, but you can see the sides of the track, and there's
Mm.
all these hospitality things, bars, pools, and all the people are not watching what's happening. They're all in a pool having a drink or in a bar. It's
Yes. The racing is somewhat irrelevant.
yes, and I think, oh dear, this. I'm not sure Miami's the place for this.
No, I don't think it is. No, I think
No.
there's other priorities going on there.
Yes, I think there was a lot of money. Oh, and afterwards, you
Oh
couldn't believe it
dear.
because the track was built for this. It was it, it was really well done. I'll give them credit for that. It was in the car park of the Miami Dolphins stadium,
Okay.
which sounds crap
Yeah.
as as tracks go, but they'd really put some thought into it, and there's a couple of little bits that need a tweak, and I'm sure they'll get addressed year on year. But oh my goodness me! Afterwards, they get onto the podium, and
Right.
as you do, you got your top three drivers, and as you'd expect, you think we'll do the trophies, the national anthems, spray the champagne, happy days. And the way it works is when you go out on the podium, each of the drivers have their hat, which is the tyre sponsor. So they have their Pirelli caps.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are at the Miami Dolphins Stadium. We don't have Pirelli caps today. We have Pirelli football helmets.
Right.
God. You could see the drivers coming out going, I'm not sure if I want to put this on.
I don't think. Why do I have to wear this?
What is this?
Yes, I'm not
What is
going to play
happening?
football.
No.
I don't
What?
want to play football. Why do I have to wear this?
And I'm not whether it's English football or American football, I'm not a big fan. But even I can tell in America they seem to hold it with their hands an awful lot for a game that's meant to involve feet.
Oh, they do. Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah,
of running about with it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I've noticed that as well. Yeah, I'm not sure it's on, but
No.
then they also managed to have a competition called the World Series every year, even though they're the only ones in it.
Oh, now come on. There's at least one team from Canada in it.
Oh well, there you are. That's the world then.
Oh, for the goodness sake. Yes. So, my summary of the Miami Grand Prix is that a little less celebrities, slight tweak to the racetrack, and just dial back the America just a little bit, just a little bit. We know it's in America. You don't have to do that. I saw someone on Twitter said that's the equivalent of a podium at Silverstone with the drivers wearing beefeater hats. Yeah, that's pretty much bang on. Yep.
God save the Queen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
there we go. Yes. Just needs a little tweak and it might be bearable.
Would you like to talk about something else that is so American it'll make you want to commit acts of love with your sister?
Oh, it's a good job I don't have a sister, isn't it?
Isn't it just? Otherwise,
Yeah.
we could be in a whole world of trouble.
Oh, God, right. Go
Have
on then.
Have you seen the new Mustang?
The new no, that completely passed me by.
There is a new edition. It's not a new Mustang. There's
Okay,
a
right.
new special edition
Oh, go on
of the
then. No, I've
Mustang.
not seen that. No.
They're calling it a track-focused Mustang,
Right, focused. Right, go on then.
which is interesting. It's called the CA850R. It is 859 horsepower. And I think they have inadvertently created an Eleanor replica because it's just like it.
I nearly said it.
You
Sorry.
did, didn't you? You did. Shall
Got-
I furnish you with a little picky
Yes,
so that
please.
you know what we're talking about?
Because
Here?
I've not even seen a picture and I've already done a bit of sick in my mouth.
Here we go. Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds, of course, the Nicolas Cage version, not the original version.
Yeah.
There you go. Look.
Oh,
There you go. Look. You see what
no.
they've done there? Do you see what they've done there? They've not said that that's what it is, but
I mean, it's
mm,
right. Okay. I mean, it's not as ridiculous, but I do see the
it's
hint
not
there.
ridiculous. But they're trying to give it a sort of flavour of the GT500, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that in there. I mean, and the
Yeah.
GT500 is actually quite a cool thing. It's just that one with all the plastic is
It's
not.
just that particular one that was a bit crap.
Yeah.
Yes,
And the problem
absolutely.
is how many it's becoming. Well, for a time it was becoming the DeLorean time machine, wasn't it? All of the Mustangs were being turned into Eleanors.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. It was
I
that
think
sort of thing,
that's
and the Dukes of Hazzard Dodge Charger and the Knight Rider Trans Am, and yes, it's destined to be that, isn't it? Yes,
fortunately it does seem to have calmed down a little bit in Mustang world.
yes, it
Um,
does.
but oh dear, yeah,
Yes,
I'm not sure that's for me.
I don't think it's for you. No, there are a few stats. It has a 5-litre supercharged V8. 859 horsepower, and a price tag of £121,000.
All right. I mean, I'd have that over the Range Rover.
Yes, that's a lot for a Mustang.
It's an awful lot for
Mustangs are actually usually quite well priced.
Yeah, they're not. I
Um,
mean, you would almost say for the car that it is, it's affordable.
yes, you would, because it's. I mean, the Mustang was always the working hero. It
Yeah,
wasn't supposed to. It was a blue collar car, not a white collar car. It
that's right.
wasn't supposed to be expensive.
No,
But there's a few editions these days which, don't seem to be sticking to that. But
no, but if people are buying them, then they'll be making them.
well, I don't know whether. I mean, this one's only been announced today, so I don't know whether they will. But
So is
yeah,
that one? Is that based off of the current generation Mustang that they made? I'm sure they made a GT500 of that, didn't they?
yes, I believe it is. Yeah, it's a track focused version of that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. With all sorts, it's got a different diff in it, and there's all kinds of mods and things to it.
But
yeah,
I don't want that.
No, I didn't think you would. But since we had gone a bit American there for a minute, I thought,
Bit
yeah,
American,
let's.
and you've also gone in for a new car that I don't want as well. So that's
There we go. It's going well,
3
isn't
for
it?
3 there, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all over this.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
good. Yeah, brilliant. Oh god, it's a worry, isn't it?
I'm afraid so.
Nothing
Yeah.
desirable coming out. No, no, don't want it.
No, don't want any of that.
No, that can all bugger off as well. Right. Yeah, definitely worth noting as we were as we'd gone over the pond there, so that's fine.
Yeah, well,
Um,
there it was. I mean, it's in your face, isn't it? So,
is I bet it'd make a good noise.
oh, granted, it will make a good noise. Yes, it will. At least
Um,
they fitted it with the little 1.6 from the Fiesta, because
no,
that's
that would be daft. No, at least
yes.
it's got a proper engine, but as with all of the Mustangs, we know that will just be sideways out of a car meet into a hedge.
Oh, it
Um,
will. It
yeah,
won't last. Yeah,
no, no.
absolutely. And certainly the sort of customer for that. Um, yeah,
Watch this. Yeah.
yeah. Watch this will be the last thing they ever say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's oh dear. No, that's silly. I'll tell you what then, right. We've dissed most new cars of this week. Um I'm I'm gonna steer us at Mr. Bond.
Oh, lovely. We haven't had a bit of Mr. Bond for a while.
We haven't, and this isn't strictly car related, but this is a question that I saw posed online a little while back, and I thought, I don't think that should pass us by.
Okay, very
Um,
good.
so I'm gonna pose it to you. So
Mhm.
you need to think of the best film starring a Bond actor while they were still playing the role of Bond. That obviously wasn't a Bond film.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, what other the best other film
Best other film.
during their Bond tenure?
Exactly.
Oh,
And I thought, yeah, because I fired that in my head, and I thought that's
oh,
actually really
brilliant!
difficult.
That's what a brilliant question.
Mm,
Ooh,
really specific. I tell you, I mean, it really makes Sean Connery's selection quite difficult. Because he barely did anything between Bond films. They were coming out so fast, it essentially leaves us with nothing to choose from. And Mr. Dalton only has one, but it is a good one at least. He managed to squeeze in a film between his two Bond films. That was the movie Hawks, where him and his friend are in hospital diagnosed with terminal illnesses and decide to break free, if you will, from the hospital and steal an ambulance, acquire some ladies en route, and antics ensue.
okay. Fair enough. I'm not sure I've ever seen it. I might check that out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really difficult to bloody find it. I don't have a copy.
It's weird sometimes when that happens to movies, isn't it? There's a few movies that I searched for years before I eventually found copies. I mean, there's a couple of films I actually ended up having to buy on VHS and converting them to digital format because that was literally the only way to get them.
It's weird, isn't it? I
Yeah,
don't
it is
understand
really
that.
weird. Yeah.
But yes, that's one contender for the list, which is a bit tricky because you haven't seen it. So
I haven't, but I will be sure and seek it out. But as you say, you're not overburdened with choice with Mr. Dalton.
no,
Um,
no. So I thought I'm just going to get that one in there early because
very good.
choice is so limited.
I've got choice is also extremely limited with Mr. Lazenby.
Well, yeah, I mean, choice is virtually non-existent at that point.
Well, given he only did the one, I think you're a bit knackered there.
You
Yes.
might have to dismiss him there. Terribly sorry.
However, with Mr. Craig, Mr. Brosnan, and Mr. Moore,
Yeah,
you
there's
have
a couple
quite
there.
a lot of choice. Yes, quite a
Yeah.
lot of choice.
Okay.
Now, I've got some initial thoughts, given that you've only just sprung this on me.
Well, I didn't want you to. I didn't want you to prepare. I wanted this from your brain.
Yeah, no, this is a good one though. This is a really, really good one. If I may start with Mr. Craig,
Yes, please do.
and the one that sprang to mind immediately was the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, that was quite the big hit, that wasn't it?
Was love that movie, and that was right in the middle of his Bond
Yes.
tenure. Um, Yeah, really, really like that one. I think it's got everything in it, and
Yeah,
he is really good in it.
yep,
So,
got a bit of time for that. That's definitely a contender, that one.
yeah, I think so. So I would definitely have that up there.
Another one for Mr. Craig actually is Flashbacks of a Fool.
Again, I'm not sure that's one I'm familiar with.
That was 2008. So
Okay.
I can't remember if it was before or after Quantum, to be honest.
It was the film he made just before Quantum, according to the
Okay,
filmography I'm looking at. Yes.
fair enough. There we go.
Yes.
Basically, he was a Hollywood star and ends up going back to where he grew up because a childhood friend of his had died, and it's just kind of it's as awkward as it sounds trying to get to know people who you grew up with when you're incredibly famous
Yes,
and
that
you've
must
left them all
be
behind and snubbed them.
yeah. as obviously you would.
Yes, but
Yes.
it's absolutely brilliant because well, he's quite a good actor, you see.
Yeah, well, according to Ms. Broccoli this week, he's the finest actor on the planet.
Oh my god, she needs to
She
calm down.
she's got a problem there, I think.
She does. I mean,
I really do think she's got a problem there because she's producing him in, I think, Othello on Broadway at the moment.
yeah.
Um,
Oh my
and
goodness, she needs to settle
she
down.
said it at the opening night of that. She said that he won't be replaced as Bond for a long time. That's a direct quote. And that he is. We should continue to celebrate the finest actor on the planet.
The finest actor. I like him, but bloody
I
hell,
know that's a stretch, isn't it? That's a
yeah.
stretch.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, that's quite a claim. I think
yeah.
yeah, she's gonna have to rein that in. I think.
Do you reckon she's got a poster up in the bedroom and gives it a good old kiss before she gets into bed?
Easy. Oh, okay.
No, not that.
Yes, I do think that. Yes. However, if I may suggest another film,
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. Before we digress too much into
too much,
Barbara's perversions,
um, it's only just into his Bond tenure, or only just at the end of his Bond tenure, but that's Knives Out.
actually, I've not seen it. Actually,
Oh, okay, I've only seen it the once, but yeah,
I've heard good things.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's something a bit
okay.
different.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd be very keen to have a little look at that.
I have a copy of The Golden Compass, and I've heard that that's very good, but I've not watched it. It's on my list.
Oh, you see, I think I have seen it,
Hmm.
but that one.
I don't think we're giving Mark Kermode too many worries at the moment with our film
No,
reviewing
no, it's fine. It's
skills.
fine. It's
Oh, I've
fine.
heard of that, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's fine. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Another one of his, which it's firmly not a highbrow film, but really enjoyed it. It was a bit daft. It was Cowboys and Aliens.
Yes, that's yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not as like I said, not as highbrow as like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or
No,
Flashbacks of a Fool, but the man's got range.
yes, he does actually. Yeah, he does, which he didn't really get to use much in Bond.
No, you got to be all gritty.
Oh yes, absolutely all intense.
He was
Yes.
he was very intense. I'd imagine he was clenched throughout.
Oh, quite. Yeah, he'd have needed some serious prying apart after
Mm.
that. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I think out of all of those, then I suppose the kind of one that we both were very happy with to fall on was the girl with the dragon tattoo, wasn't it?
I think so, but let's not exclude Mr. Moore for a minute.
No, we've not even got to Brosnan yet. So
This is true.
right.
Yes, Mr. Brosnan or Mr. Moore. Yes, that's true.
Mm.
Um, I mean, one of my favourite Brosnan movies is a very Bond-like role, but it wasn't during his Bond tenure, so it doesn't really count, unfortunately. Which would be the
Oh,
Fourth Protocol.
of
Um,
course. Yeah. Sorry, I should
yes,
have known that. Yes. No, I'm afraid you can't have that one.
can't have that one, but I can have the Thomas Crown Affair.
You see, that's what I was thinking as well, because
Yeah,
that was excellent.
was.
Like, really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
One thing that really gets on my tits, and it's not that it's fault. I don't like the song, which is my problem. I mean, just
Oh,
windmill
what,
your
the
mind.
Sting's Windmills of Your Mind? You
But
prefer the original?
no, I don't like either of them.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Just just over, just eh, too much in both films.
Maybe. I think it works in the Steve McQueen one. Um, but
Mm.
I really, really, really like both the Thomas Crown films, both McQueen and Brosnan. I think did a really good job. It was one of the rare occasions where the remake actually is as good as
Yeah,
the original.
justice
Um,
was done.
yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so because he wasn't trying to be McQueen. He made Crown his own.
Yeah,
Um,
it was I mean, while it wasn't completely different, it was different enough, wasn't it, in
yes, it
terms of
was
the
cheeky
story.
Bentley Arnage in there as well.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
Cheeky
there's
Bentley.
cheeky Mustang as well in the
Oh, of
Brosnan.
course, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Um, so yeah, so there's that one. I mean, Taylor of Panama's up there as well.
I
But that
saw that
was
once, and that was it, and that was a
well, it's
while back.
more of a Jeffrey Rush film than a Pierce Brosnan film, really. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
can see what you mean. Yeah, and
but Thomas Crown, and there's more of his later on that I really like. But again, they're not in his Bond tenure, so they don't count.
in his tenure, it really is Thomas Crown affair, isn't it?
I think it's Thomas Crown. Yeah,
And it,
absolutely.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
Sting aside, yeah, really, it's not Sting's fault. It's just, oh God,
I
it's
think because he'd apparently wanted to do Thomas Crown for quite a long time because it was his production company that made it,
right.
and I think it was felt, that the audience from Bond would go to it, but I think it would have worked anyway because
Yeah,
it was McQueen, and
that's it. But I think they did well to do it in the Bond tenure because it got that bit more exposure, didn't it? So.
yeah, I think it did, yeah, because Crown is a kind of Bond like character in many.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, and I think we all remember the dress as well.
yeah, we do.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good heavens! Yeah,
Yeah,
that was an
let's
awkward one. I remember that. I
let's
remember going to the cinema with the girlfriend at the time. Like,
Yes.
oh dear, little discomfort in the seat there. It's fine.
Yeah, indeed. It's I haven't noticed that at all. No.
No, not at all.
Yes. No, brilliant movie. Brilliant movie. No question about that.
No
Yeah.
question about it.
Um,
Just less use of the song, please. And
don't mind that so much, but
oh,
yeah.
and I'm a big fan of Nina Simone, but again, overuse of Cinnamon in that
Yeah, well, it popped in all the time, didn't it?
all
In
the
that.
time.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah, it was
much.
all right the first time we hear it. It works.
I mean, it's quite
Um,
a repetitive song anyway, but
true.
to keep using it, you,
Yes.
yeah, just who it was. Who
Just
did the music? I can't.
oh,
Oh, was it Bill Conti?
ooh, I think it might have been actually.
I
I'm
don't. I
just
can't know. I don't know if I can pin the blame on him for use of other people's songs in
It was Bill Conti, yes. Now, which Bond film did he do?
For Your Eyes Only.
Well done, top
Oh,
marks. You had to dredge that one up, didn't you?
that was it. Yeah, I needed a rummage for that one.
You did. Very good. Yes, he did do For Your Eyes Only. Yes.
It's fine. We're all over that now.
Well done. Well
There we go.
done.
Oh, it's Bond references all over the shop here. So yeah, all right.
Oh,
We're agreed on that then. The Brosnan contender will be Thomas Crown Affair.
I think so. It won't be Dante's Peak.
That's not. I mean, it was a big hit, and we all
Was.
watched it, but it is not a classic in the sense of the Thomas Crown Affair.
And neither was the Bond film that he made that year.
Yeah, you're a bit cross about that one still, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I don't like that one. Yes.
It's all right.
It's
It,
not.
it's all right.
It does, however, contain one of our favourite cars. So
it does. It does. It's fine. It's fine. It does have redeeming features. So
yes, it does. Tomorrow Never Dies, in case anyone's wondering. Um,
yeah,
anyway, yes, I think we're well settled on Thomas Crown, aren't we?
yeah.
So
Okay.
we've got three to choose from. Then, if we only have one from all the actors,
That's it. So we need a Roger Moore,
let's
didn't we?
have a look at Roger Moore. Now, of course, he was Bond for a very long time.
He was, yeah.
But his greatest movie of all that he made is just outside the Bond tenure, so it doesn't count, which is The Man Who Haunted Himself.
That's just before, isn't it?
Right before 1970, yes. He did it between The Saint and The Persuaders.
Okay, so you're not allowed that.
Not allowed that, even though it's, I think, his finest movie. And actually, he said it was his finest movie. And I think you haven't seen it, and you
I
need
still
to,
haven't seen it.
you
Haven't
need
seen
to sort that out because it's brilliant. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah, I do need to get on that.
It's one of the rare occasions where he did some, acting. But however, if we're going into his Bond tenure, yeah, there's a couple I'd like
There's a
to.
couple. I think there's one that we should address immediately because it's got the car reference too. The Cannonball Run.
Yes, we should mention the Cannonball Run. It's an awful, awful, awful movie.
But it's still a very significant film because it's still revered to this day.
It is revered. It's an all-star cast, and it does contain the original Goldfinger DB5, as we covered in our now famous episode.
Very popular episode, that one.
Very popular episode, that one, yes. Which is just as well, because I put an enormous amount of work into that.
Yes, we're very appreciative.
Oh, I know. So yes, we should mention the Cannonball Run, but there are some other contenders, if I may be so bold.
No, please do. I've got one that I can think of, so let's see if
I've got three that I would like to. Oh, technically, no, I've got four I'd like to mention.
Go on then.
I've got four I'd like to mention from within his Bond tenure, and again, there are some notable ones from outside, but we'll stick within. The first, and I really like it, even though it gets dismissed a lot, is Gold from 1974.
Okay.
Now, Gold, it's one of those movies that just gets sort of dismissed as just 70s, just another 70s action film. But I really like it, and I think he's really good in it.
I have seen this once, but a long time ago.
Okay. He plays the general manager of a South African gold mine where there's some dodginess going on, and he sort of uncovers it. And
that's right. Yes. I do vaguely recall. One little fact that I do know about it is the director has some excellent Bond ties.
He does, Peter Hunt.
Yes.
Yes,
editor and director of one Bond film.
Director of On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yes, absolutely, a brilliant director. Yes. Also directed Titty Titty Bang Bang, I believe, which is, of course, another Fleming story.
This is. I didn't know he directed that, but
yes, he did. Well, in fact, it was the whole Bond team from On Her Majesty's did Chitty.
Okay.
They all went. If you look at the credits of that, it's all the same people that did On Her Majesty's.
Oh, okay. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. Was it even an Eon production? It might have been.
Oh.
Not sure about that. I wouldn't be sure about that. But I'm going to just have a cheeky look there because it was all the same people.
Yeah, worth a look.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, it was. It was actually produced by Cubby Broccoli.
Oh. Well, there you go then. That's like you say.
Produced by Cubby Broccoli. John Steers supervised the special effects, who of course was the man behind the DB5, and Peter Hunt directed. Yeah, so it was the Bond team, including Cubby. So there you go.
Yeah,
I wonder if he got the rights to that when he got all the Bond books.
Oh, do you reckon they threw it in for him?
Yeah, well, I mean, he must have had it because he produced it. So
Well,
he
yeah.
must have had the option. Anyway, we digress. But yeah, Gold is one that I really like. I think Moore is really good in it, and it's a good supporting cast. It works for me, that
Okay,
film.
no, that's good. No, happy with that. That's a fair suggestion, and I've actually seen it, so that's
Very good.
Up.
My next choice would be from 1978, The Wild Geese.
Yes, I've seen this.
Yes. Again, I think he's not the star, because that is Richard Burton, and Richard Harris, but
He's still right up there, though, isn't he?
he is still right up there. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, that was at the height of his Bond tenure. It was the year after The Spy Who Loved Me, which was arguably the biggest of his Bonds.
Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's certainly the one that people get misty-eyed about.
Mm.
And with good reason, I'd say. I do wonder as well, because obviously there was a bigger gap than normal between the films, and then when that came out, it was a big one as well, wasn't it?
Well, that was because of the breakup between Broccoli and Saltzman.
Mm.
Is why there was a gap after The Man with the Golden Gun. Saltzman had got himself into financial difficulty, and he was forced to sell his share of Bond. And whilst all the legal shenanigans was being worked out, there was a delay, and then Cubby was determined that the next film would be the biggest Bond of all, and so it took them a while to get it going, which is why there was a delay.
Yeah, but it worked though, didn't it? Making it the biggest one of all.
Certainly did. Yeah, the film that they built the 007 stage at Pinewood for.
Yep.
To house the interior of the supertanker.
Yes, yeah.
With 3 full-size submarines in it.
Yeah, you're going to need some submarines, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. They needed... at the time, I think it was the largest floodable stage in Europe.
That's quite the stat, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And then it burned down. But anyway, so I would nominate The Wild Geese for him.
Yeah, it's a good shout, that.
Yes, he drives a Jaguar XJS with a very squeaky door.
We mentioned that, didn't we? Yes.
You watch it, it's there.
I still haven't rewatched it after we mentioned it in whatever episode that was.
Okay. Look out for the squeaky door. Now, I've got 2 more that I'd like to mention, which were both made in 1979, same year as Moonraker, so we had a busy year that year. The first is Escape to Athena. It's a World War II movie in which he plays a German colonel, and it's a very unusual... Again, it's an all-star cast. Telly Savalas, David Niven, Elliot Gould, loads of people in it. Yeah, it's good. It's a very unusual film, but I like it. Sorry, a German major, not a colonel. I got the rank wrong.
Okay,
just look that up. He was
better clarify. Correct.
Yes, indeed. He was the head of the commandant of a prison camp in Greece, where they were basically using the prisoners to loot the art treasures of this particular island.
Okay.
We think he's a bad guy, and then he turns out to be the good guy.
Spoiler alert.
How that pans out. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I quite like it. I quite like it. I mean, none of Roger Moore's films are particularly heavy. You have to take them for what they are. But,
which is perhaps not his fault. I just think it's the era.
There was a lot of that sort of stuff being made, wasn't there? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I have seen that too. But I get what you said. I do see why you give that an honourable mention. I don't think that's like our contender, but
no, I don't think so. There's one more which I'll give an honourable mention to, which is North Sea Hijack.
No, I've not seen that one.
Okay, it was also known as Folks, which was the name of his character. It was released under 2 different titles in different parts of the world, like they do for weird reasons.
Yeah, for no apparent reason.
Yes. The other star of that is the guy who played Norman Bates in Psycho. I forget the actor's name now.
Oh dear. No, we're gonna have to look it up because it's gonna annoy the piss out of me.
I'm going in. Anthony Perkins.
There you go. Right, we're all right.
He's in it. He's the other sort of big name in it. But there's also a few Bond folk in it as well. Jeffrey Keane is in that as well, I believe. Who, of course, played the Minister of Defence in.
All right, so he crops up in that as well, does he?
Yes, he does. And James Mason is also in it. So again, there's a few names in the cast. He plays a very strange character, who is a sort of military advisor to the British government.
He's definitely got a theme, hasn't he?
He's in uniform again.
He loves a bit of it.
Yeah, indeed. British uniform again in this particular one. He's a very grumpy, argumentative, difficult advisor to the British government on matters of defence. And
right.
Anthony Perkins' character takes control of an oil rig and threatens to blow it up unless certain things are done. And Roger Moore's character is sent in to save the day, basically.
Right. Okay.
Is a summary of the story. Again, it's not, it's not the greatest thinky film ever, but again, I like it, and I think he's quite good in it.
Yeah.
But it comes from that era where because he was Bond and because his Bond films were so successful, he could kind of do anything he wanted. And he was getting a lot of offers, I'm sure, at that time. So we've got a few contenders there.
I think if I was going to have a punt and say our contender for Mr. Moore, I would probably say the Wild Geese.
It would be between that and Gold.
No, I'm happy with my decision.
But the Wild Geese also stars Richard Burton, and it doesn't get any better than that. So
no, that's pretty good. There you go. Then that's locked that in. So we just have
to
decide.
Although Gold does also star Joanna York.
No, I'm still happy with my choice.
No, I think on balance, I think I would. I watch the Wild Geese more than I would watch Gold.
Okay. So, yeah, there you go. That speaks volumes.
It does, doesn't it? Really. So we have got. We've got
the Wild Geese.
We've got the Wild Geese. We've got the Hawks.
Thomas Crown Affair and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Yes. So we've got to pick one from those.
I'm fairly certain I know which one we're going to pick.
Okay.
I wonder if we come down to the same decision. My vote is for Thomas Crown Affair.
For me, it's between Thomas Crown and Dragon Tattoo.
What's going to be the deciding factor?
I would say I probably watched those two about the same amount.
Really?
Yeah. But they are very different moods.
Oh yeah. You're not going to watch one after the other, right?
They're not a double bill, are they? No. Oh, that's difficult. I love both. Really
I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's as appealing as Thomas Crown Affair.
Thomas Crown sits with the Bond films more.
Maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah, it's a similar style, isn't it? That's really difficult. I'm almost tempted to say Dragon Tattoo.
Well, there's no one to break the tie, so we'd just kind of have to live with that, wouldn't we?
We just have to live with that, I think.
Well, I said no one to break the tie. I mean, the internet can break the tie for us.
The internet could decide for us, couldn't we? We could have a poll. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to get confirmation that I'm right.
or not.
That doesn't sit well with me.
No, don't get me wrong. I love Thomas Crown. I
Mm.
think it's brilliant, but I can't ignore Dragon Tattoo because that is also brilliant.
That's right. Right.
It's been
Okay.
twice as long. I grant you, you need a much longer stint to watch it through.
Oh,
But
well, yeah, I mean, it's a good job you can watch at home because there will be a loo break. It's not like when we sat through No Time to Die, just sort of mentally saying to yourself, "You don't need the loo. You don't need."
no, well, we did make sure we went before it started.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Um.
Oh, yeah. I think I would stick with Dragon Tattoo.
Okay, that's fine. Right. So that's one each, and then then the listeners can decide.
Listeners can decide. Maybe they'll pick one of the others.
I was going to say, please don't be an even number, please.
And there'll be
Yeah.
someone who'll vote for the Cannonball Run. So
Yes, that's inevitable. Well, we like that though, cars.
oh, that's fine. Yeah, and there's a lot of them in that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, many
yeah.
treats. Okay, so that's good then. So we've got
Mind you, Dragon Tattoo does feature a Range Rover Sport that ends up on its side.
space for it. Um.
Absolutely, and then it bursts into flames because
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
yes, it
Hold
does
on,
with
lovely.
Stellan Skarsgård inside it. Yes,
Oh, poor sod.
yes,
He is very good.
he is superb in that. All the cast is. Christopher Plummer and all of them in that are absolutely spectacular. Yeah.
He's tremendous in everything.
Yes, he
Back
is,
on the
isn't
Stellar
he?
Skarsgård.
Yeah, he is.
Just everything is good.
Yeah, I've never seen a bad performance. Ronin.
Ronin, yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh, if we go all the way back, oh, come on, brain. Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red October. He's the other.
Should've
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
in more
You
modern.
arrogant ass! You've killed us. Yes,
Yeah,
him. Yes.
in recent times, he was fantastic in Chernobyl.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'd forgotten he was in that.
Yeah, because he
Yes.
played, oh, it wasn't a fictitious character, it was, Boris Shabina.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
No. Well, I mean, obviously, they're all real
there
people
were
who
there
work.
were there were a couple in that in the TV show that where they've said, "Well, we've kind of merged a load of real people into one to help
Okay,
tell the
for
story."
sort of brevity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, fantastic in that.
Yes.
Um, yes, like I say, I mean, there are the odd little blip. For instance, Mamma Mia.
I think the less said about that, the better. Really. I mean, you know.
Mm,
Yeah.
That's just one for my
That's not
mum to
my
watch,
it's
really.
not my sort of thing, really.
No,
No.
neither of us are going to watch that. Or that I do believe he was in the sequel as well, wasn't he?
Oh dear.
Here we go again. Oh, of course, he was
Yeah.
Eric Selvig as well in the Avengers various bits and bobs, all of the
Um,
films.
yeah.
You know, the films that sell the toys.
Yeah. I know the films that sell the toy.
But I mean, in fairness, I'd rather watch those than watch the Pew Pew new Star Wars ones.
Yes. Granted.
Which actually we could go back to Daniel Craig. That's a contender for during his Bond tenure because he was an uncredited stormtrooper in The
Oh,
Force
he
Awakens.
was, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, he was.
So yes, but not really pushing his acting to the limits there.
I don't think so. No.
Nondescript man in helmet.
Yes. He did have a line though, didn't he?
Did he?
I
I
think
can't.
he did. I think he did
Oh,
speak.
oh, he said so. I didn't realise that.
I think so. Or maybe that was cut out. I don't know. But I saw a clip of it. But
No,
anyway,
I
yes.
talking about getting cut out of films. There was one thing I heard. This was a little while back, but it made me giggle. Jack Whitehall was asked to do a very, very, very small part in Disney's Frozen, which
Okay.
he was like, yeah, of course, Disney film, all up in that. And apparently he got a phone call after going in to record it, giving it heart and soul for like one line. he got a call some months later from his agent saying, "I'm terribly sorry, but your part has been reduced to a non-speaking role." He's like,
Oh,
"Is that a non-speaking role in an animation? You mean I'm not in it?"
you mean I'm out?
Yeah, non-speaking role. I love that.
That's great. Thanks. Yes. Lovely. That's how they spun it to the agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you'd like that.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So there we go. We've summarised, and now we need
That
the
was
listeners
great.
to decide for us. Now,
That was a great question.
yes, I
Well
can't.
done. Yeah.
I might even go on the Twitters and find the nice person who posed that one, because that was brilliant.
Yeah. Well done, whoever you are. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I'll try and find you, and we'll give you some credit.
Oh, that really, really made me think. Yeah.
Yes,
And for once, we haven't come to the same conclusion we normally do when it comes to cars.
Yeah, this is it. But films didn't know we've not
That's
agreed.
tough though, because they're both brilliant, and we
Yeah.
both agree they're both brilliant.
Mm.
So,
But all right, well, let's see what everyone says then. We'll leave it out there in the world.
yeah, two very different movies. That's a tough choice.
Well, they can have at it, or like you say, just pick the Cannibal Run.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.